Hey YouTube, Simon here once again for the amazing fundamental changes. Today we're going to look at major slash chords, what a slash chord is, and examples in the style of Jimi Hendrix, Joe Satriani and John Mayer. Let's get to that just after this. Okay, so first up, what is a slash chord? It is not named after the very famous Guns N' Roses guitarist, it is named after the way the chord is named. If we have a C slash or over G, we have a C major chord with a G bass note. So no longer is the C our bass note of our C major chord, we have a G at the bass. If I have a D over F sharp or D slash F sharp, I have a D major chord with an F sharp as the bass note. Now, if you can just grasp that simple thing, it will set you up for all of your slash chords. It is the name of what type of chord over its new bass note, never the other way round. So today we're going to build major slash chords around a C major bar chord, look at some open major slash chords, and then look at some examples of those. So let's have a look at the C major scale on one string so we can get those notes down. Okay, so there was our C major scale on one string. You had all on the fifth or the A string, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. This will all be in the notation and article link below. So our C major scale consists of all the white notes on a piano, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. And the reason why I've done it on one string is it's easier to see the formula. Now remember, look, a major scale formula is tone, or 2 frets, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, semitone being 1 fret. So now you can build a major scale from anywhere and work out the notes of any major scale. So those are the notes of our C major, but we need to get them a little bit further down the neck so we can build the chords. So we're going to build the notes of C, D, E, F on the A string, G, A and B on the 6th or the E string. Let's look at that in example 2. Okay, so there were the notes of C, D, E, F, G, A and B. So we've moved the notes from being on one string onto just the 6th and the 5th strings. So that will be really, really useful in our next example. Let's look at example 3. Example 3 should be fairly familiar to most of you. It's a C major bar chord using the A shape. So if I've got my open A major and I move it up, keep going to the 5th fret, and then I put the note of C underneath it instead of the open A, I build a C major bar chord. I'm doing it with my 3rd or ring finger barring those across. You can do them separately if you want. We're going to use this shape to create each of these major slash chords. And what we're going to do next is we're going to put all of those notes you just played, C, D, E, F, G, A and B, underneath the top part of this chord. So we've got C major, and we're going to move all the way through those notes. Let's look at the musical example, then I'll explain it. Okay, so here we have our C major bar chord, and then we're going to go through all the notes of C major, C, D, E, F, G, A and B. So C with a C in the bass is C major. In the notation you notice I've written it as C over C. I appreciate that that is just C major. That is just for technical purposes so you can see all the notes of the scale. C with a C in the bass, C with a D in the bass, C with an E in the bass. So we're keeping this 5-5-5 every time. We're going 3-5-5-5, C, 5-5-5-5, C over D, 7-5-5-5, C over E, 8, 5, 5, 5, C over F, then 3 on the 6th string, nothing on the 5th, 3, 5, 5, 5 for C over G, 5, 5, 5, 5, C over A, which makes it A minor 7, 7, nothing, 5, 5, 5. Remember that all of these on the 6th string have got nothing on the 5th string to get a C over B. C, or C over C, C over D, C over E, C over F, C over G on the 6th string, C over A, C over B. So now we've created a major bar chord on every step of the C major scale. Why is this cool? Well, it means you've got access to a whole new array of chords. I can move this up into E and then move all the notes underneath E major. So someone can say, hey, play a C major vamp, and you can play any of these little chords here underneath it within reason. Some will sound better than others, but you can get used to not just moving a chord, moving a root note underneath another chord. So let's look at a practical example of how to put that into use. So I thought today, why not start with Hendrix? Hey, what better place to start with awesome rhythm playing? So in this example you just saw, I took a C major bar chord that we looked at earlier on. I slid my 3rd finger 5, 7 on the A string, and then I put the rest of that C major bar chord underneath the 5, 5, 5. So C, C over E, and I slid between the two. A very classic kind of Hendrix vibe. So whenever I see kind of a C major, oh, you can put a little one of these underneath. So going from C to C over E, but sliding the D note, C, D, E, sliding that, and then putting that C over E. Classic Hendrix. Let's look at that little Hendrix idea in C, F, and G next. Okay, so this I wanted to make it into a little bit of a fuller Hendrix example. We've got C sliding to C over E, as you saw in the final, last example. You're going to do the same thing in F, so you're going to have your 8th fret bar chord, nothing, 8, 10, 10, 10. And then you're going to go to F over A, which is 12, 10, 10, 10. Next one's really hard to do on the acoustic here, so you'll notice when I did the video there, I had to slide and take that finger off. It might be much easier, it'll be much easier to do on an electric. So F, F over A, pick it, slide up to 10 to 12, and then put there. And then the same thing in G, 10, 12, 12, 12, slide 12 to 14, and then 12, 12, 12. So having a nice little way to move between your major slash chords there in a very Hendrix relaxed kind of rhythm pattern. Let's look at the next example. So one of my favourite instrumental tracks is Starry Night by the incredible Joe Satriani. Please go and listen to that tune if you haven't heard it, or please go and listen to it again if you have heard it, because it's a guitar masterclass. Anyway, the chord sequence behind that is awesome, and it goes C, or C over C, C over D, C over E, C over F, so running up those chords we learned earlier on. Then it goes G major, A minor, F, C. Okay, you can play those chords open, or if you like, I've written them out in bar chords in the notation, but you can play them how you like. So one more time, C, nothing, 3, 5, 5, 5. C over D, nothing, 5, 5, 5, 5, so my C major chord, D in the bass. C over E, nothing, 7, 5, 5, 5. C over F, nothing, 8, 5, 5, 5. G major, play it any way you like, 3rd fret bar chord, E shape. A minor, 5th fret bar chord, E minor shape. F, 1st fret bar chord, E shape, and then back to your C. There was a lot of notes in there, a lot of things in there. Make sure you refer to the notation. So that's the chords to Joe Satriani's instrumental masterpiece, or the first part. And I think it's really good fun for you to have practical examples of how you can jam these with a mate, how you can play these. You've got C major Hendrix so far, you've got Starry Night backing. You can put on you can record this as a little backing track and then play in your C major pentatonic or A minor, remember it's the same thing, as a little soloing groove. So let's have a look at the next example. Okay, so now you've learnt all of your major slash chords in the key of C. You can of course move bar chords anywhere on the guitar. You can move everything up 2 frets, then you've got all of your major bar chords in D, D, E, F sharp, G, etc. Putting all of those underneath, as you've just done there in the key of C. You can move it up to G, you can move it anywhere. But also what's really nice is having some open slash major chords, major slash chords. Here are a few of my favourites. I've just picked 4 today. There are others, but these are 4 of my favourite. D over F sharp you can play in many ways. I've done a little way that I like to do. If you want to play the full version of this, you can use your thumb, or you can do a pig 4-note version here. A full D over F sharp would be 2, nothing, open, 2, 3, 2. So there's my D, there's my F sharp. The other way you can do it is the thumb can grab the F sharp. The way I've put in the tab here today is kind of like a D5 over F sharp, but don't worry about that. 2, nothing, open, 2, 3. I've done a D over G, which some of you might know as G add 9. You can look at it in 2 ways. 3, nothing, open, 2, 3. An A over C sharp, which you'll recognise as similar to the C over E we did earlier on. Nothing, 4, 2, 2, 2. And then a real pig, which is an E over G sharp, which you can do in many ways. As you can tell, that is quite a stretch. It's not comfortable on this acoustic at all, but that's an E major chord, open 2, 2, 1, open, open, and then a G sharp or the 4th fret in the bass. You can, however, knock off the string that's on the 5th string, so you've got 4, nothing, 2, 1, open, open, but that means you've got to mute that 5th string, so bear that in mind. So those are some nice open slash chords there. They sound really, really sweet. Let's put them into context in the style of the great John Mayer. So hopefully you got something from that today, and you can see how to build a slash chord, a chord over a new bass note, some practical examples in the style of Hendrix, Satriani and John Mayer, and some open chord examples. Play around with them, have fun, make your rhythm playing sing by having new chordal palette. I'll see you next time. Take care. Hi everyone, I really hope you've enjoyed this lesson on major slash chords. Make sure you subscribe because we bring you free lessons to inspire you wherever you're at in your guitar playing career. Check out Joseph's and my books on Amazon, and I will see you next time for more videos. Take care.